In this video, we're going to take a very close look at the Paramount Pictures movie, The Truman Show from 1998. The first Mandela Effect related aspect of this movie is the fact that it stars Jim Carrey. He is also the star of How the Grinch Stole Christmas, a movie whose title was changed by the Mandela Effect. It used to be called The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, and that movie is one that we will be looking at also. The same goes for the Jim Carrey movie Bruce Almighty. It's coming up. Jim Carrey has other movies that are important to us too. Therefore, he will be the first movie marker on our list for The Truman Show. At 2 minutes 59 seconds in the movie, Truman is greeted by a Dalmatian. There is a Mandela effect for the live-action version of 101 Dalmatians. The movie's main character is named Cruella de Vil, and the spelling of this name changed. You can find people posting about this online, and I remember it the same way they do. We'll add this to our list of movie markers for The Truman Show. At 3 minutes 13 seconds in the movie, Truman opens the door of his Ford Taurus sedan. Ford is a very well-known Mandela effect, so we'll put that one on the list. Truman visits a newsstand, and at precisely 4 minutes 26 seconds, we see a sunflower on a magazine cover. The Mandela Effect changed the face of the sunflower by adding a Fibonacci design to them. This is another Mandela movie marker for our list. At 6 minutes 52 seconds, Truman greets his coworker by saying, "Lawrence." Remember our esteemed Lawrence whose name changed? Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne. This is definitely a reference to a Mandela Effect. Let's take a look at our list of movie markers thus far. At 9 minutes 49 seconds in the movie, we see the moon in the sky. The moon was a movie marker in Alice in Wonderland, and so it is for this movie too. Interestingly, Jim Carrey is the star of a movie called Man on the Moon. I haven't seen it, but it may be of interest too. At 13 minutes 25 seconds in the movie, Truman's wife says the name of his best friend, which is Marlin. Well, if you remember the scary movie Mandela Effect, then you know that Marlon Wayans was the one holding the sign that changed on the scary movie cover art. The sign was based on one of his lines in the movie that also changed. We will count this as a movie marker. At 15 minutes 42 seconds, we see arches that say Unus pro omnibus, omnis pro uno. That is Latin for one for all for one. It is the famous phrase of the Three Musketeers, but isn't it backwards? Some of us remember it as all for one for all. This one is a little mystifying to me, but we are going to put it on the list, and I will tell you the main reason. We're going to see this reference again. At 25 minutes, 10 seconds, we are in a flashback scene where Truman is meeting Lauren. As they leave the library, we see a wall rack with books, and 4 of them say Atlas. There is a Mandela Effect for statues of Atlas, the mythological Greek figure that carries the world on his shoulders. Atlas used to be standing, but most statues of Atlas now show him kneeling. This one will be on our list. They show a fake Mount Rushmore in the movie at 37 minutes 28 seconds. This is a widely discussed Mandela Effect and definitely a movie marker. At 38 minutes 11 seconds in the movie, we hear a television announcer mention "I Love Lucy." This is a reference to a definite Mandela Effect. It's the one where Ricky Ricardo says to Lucy, "You've got some splainin' to do." At 39 minutes 17 seconds, we see Truman holding a globe-shaped radio, and South America is turned towards the camera. South America is a Mandela Effect. Since it moved eastward, we will make this a movie marker on our ever-growing list. Truman goes to see a travel agent at 42 minutes and 40 seconds in the movie, and there's a poster on the wall that was intended to discourage him from traveling. It shows a large jet being struck by lightning, and it says, "It could happen to you." The engines are plainly visible on this aircraft we see, and jet engines are a Mandela Effect. Here's what we currently have for movie markers. At 46 minutes, 28 seconds in the movie, Truman mentions a Volkswagen Beetle. There are multiple Mandela effects involving Volkswagen. VW is another movie marker. At 56 minutes 35 seconds in the movie, Truman's best friend Marlin says, "'Cause you wanted to play North Pole." There's a Mandela Effect for the North Pole, so this is going to be on our list. Look up this Mandela Effect if you aren't familiar with it. It is an interesting one. At 1 hour, 1 minute, and 55 seconds, the Great Wall of China is mentioned, and we are definitely getting into Mandela Effect territory here. I remember hearing that it was the only human-made structure that can be seen from space. Do you remember hearing that? Did you know they can't really see it from space? Did you know there are other Great Walls? There is one in India, one in Peru, one in Avila, Spain, and one in Pakistan. At 1 hour, 9 minutes, 54 seconds, we see a dolphin weather vane atop a house. Because we now have panda dolphins and pink dolphins in our world, many people are calling these a Mandela Effect. We will add it to our list. At 1 hour, 16 minutes, 21 seconds in the movie, we see a snowman. I looked this up, and it is definitely a Mandela Effect. Frosty the Snowman, a classic from my childhood, has changed in a big way. He no longer has a scarf around his neck. I remember his scarf for sure. He looks so bare without it. We have ourselves another movie marker in The Truman Show. Here's the final list of movie markers for The Truman Show. Because this is such a substantial list of movie markers, we are not going to consider this a coincidence. We are going to accept this movie and examine it further. It has earned its place on this list and then some. There is a good bit of meaning you can get from a movie like this. But there are 3 themes we are particularly interested in. This is yet another movie that features a world within a world. In fact, at 1 hour, 2 minutes, 42 seconds in the movie, an announcer who is describing Truman's world actually calls it a world within a world. We will definitely have to check that box in our table again. It is also at this same point in the movie that the announcer introduces the character Christoph. Christoph is the creator of Truman's fake world. From inside the fake moon up above, Christoph controls Truman's world from the camera action to the weather patterns. Because of this, we are going to create a new column in our table and call it "There's a Man at the Controls." We'll give this movie a check for that box. Another thing we see in this story is that Truman's family, his friend, and his co-workers were all actors. None of it was real. So we will check that box also.